Hi there, and welcome to today's vlog. Now, a couple of days ago, I travelled on the train. A long time since I've been on a train, probably quite a few years. Travelled on the train to Nottingham. The reason was that our daughter Kaz bought me and my son Chris tickets for the Question of Sport farewell tour with the old team. Some of you may know that the team on the BBC Question of Sports changed recently, but the old team, Sue Barker, Phil Tufnell and Matt Dawson were doing this tour around various places. And so we went and we had a fantastic time, really enjoyable, very funny. But I want to talk to you about my experience of what happened in Nottingham, just a reflection. Because when I got there on the train, walked towards the city centre and came across this gathering of people with many with brightly coloured and rainbow coloured clothing and flags and what have you. And you may have guessed it was a gay pride march or whatever demo. And the first thing I noticed was that there was somebody talking away with this microphone, this megaphone, about various issues of injustice and what have you. But all the people standing around were just talking to each other as if they didn't hear this person, which seemed very strange. That this person was speaking and very passionately, but that those were there seemed to be taking no notice. Anyway, walked further into the city centre. There's a big square, I think it's called the Market Square, big open space, looked by what seems to be the City Hall, and there's this big banner related to the gay pride stuff, and it says "Love is love," which seems to be the strapline of that group. Love is love. Well, is that true? C.S. Lewis wrote a famous book some years ago called The Four Loves, where he explains that in the Greek, which is what the New Testament was written in, there are four different words for our word love. And it seems to me that there is a danger here in that modern society can say that any relationship, any lifestyle, any behavior is okay if you call it love. That excuses or makes okay any lifestyle, any behavior, any relationship, which I think is dangerous ground on which to stand. Incidentally, there were massive presence of police overseeing this march that took place, police cars, police officers, and I just compared that really with my experience when I was a minister here in Doncaster some years ago. Every year we did a walk of witness on Good Friday through the town centre, and I know certainly latterly the police were very reluctant to offer any officers to be with us as we walked slowly through the town centre because they said they've got no resources. Well, that contrasts quite vividly with how many police were there on Saturday, but that's by the by. The really main point I want to make is that clearly those people who are on this march, this demo, were not afraid to show their colours. They used of course, the rainbow colour, which are the colours of the rainbow, which originally comes from that Bible account of the flood and God's promise. The rainbow, a symbol of his promise to protect his people and not to send another flood of that nature. And that the rainbow colour seems to have been taken on by the gay pride group. So it's a reflection, but the point I'm making is that they weren't afraid, they weren't embarrassed, they were out there showing their beliefs, and that contrasts again with how sometimes we Christians seem to be so embarrassed about our faith. We sometimes are reluctant to speak about Jesus, about God, about spiritual things. Why is that? I sometimes wonder. We're called to be proclaimers of the truth. when I was Sue and I attended a welcome service for a friend of ours, Stuart, as a new minister in Mansfield, and the preacher had a toy trumpet, and she presented it to Stuart, and a reminder that we're called to proclaim the gospel, the good news, the best news of Jesus. Let me read to you just a few words excuse me, from Psalm 96. Sing a new song to the Lord. Let the whole earth sing to the Lord. Sing to the Lord, bless his name. Each day proclaim the good news that he saves. Publish his glorious deeds among the nations. Tell everyone about the amazing things he does. Great is the Lord. He is most worthy of praise. So we are called to be a people who proclaim the love and the goodness and the faithfulness and the grace of God. Let's not be embarrassed about our faith. The gospel is the best news ever, and we who believe in Jesus are to be proclaimers, not only with our words but with our lives, to speak it and to live it out. So God bless you. Thank you so much for listening today.